We all know how to get better rewards out of each game we play. Just get good. With that being said, is being good the only step you can take to help progress your account quicker? I don't think so. In this video, I'm gonna go over some things that, in my opinion, you should be taking into consideration in Hangar well before you even get into a match. The things I'll be discussing will help progress your account, especially over longer terms, which, as we all understand, is how War Thunder functions over the long term. Keep watching if unlocking more vehicles and progressing your account without working on those skill issues is something you're interested in. Silver Lions are obviously extremely important to account progression in War Thunder. I figured I would start by discussing how to manage your SL balance. I'm not going to be telling you how to get rich, I have other videos on that, but I will be discussing how you might manage your balance to avoid being unable to progress your account. Before I do that, take into consideration how many SL you even have. I assume most people watching this video do not have a surplus, but if you already have 10 million, you probably don't need to listen to this part. Some of you might be somewhere in the middle, in which case, apply the advice I'm about to give you as necessary given your SL balance. If you find yourself struggling in terms of Silver Lions, here's some things to consider. First, do not purchase vehicles you'll never use. I am aware you must purchase vehicles you might not want to use if it's above something you do want to use. But for me, there exist entire lines of vehicles in the tech trees that I simply do not touch. Bombers, so it's not even worth me buying them. On this topic, if you must buy the vehicle to use vehicles under it, do not buy crew for it. If you never plan on using it, you don't need to waste the Silver Lions getting it crewed. Something else to consider are sales. Sometimes tech tree vehicles will be available for a SL discount. I'd try to take full advantage of this. Next, consider whether or not the automatic spending of SL is okay for you. If you're down super bad, you might want to consider disabling automatic repairs and automatic modifications purchases. I'm not trying to flex by saying I've personally never had to do this, but I know that those costs can add up greatly, especially at higher tiers. And they can be compounded by skill issues, meaning if you're consistently not doing well, it's a positive feedback loop of SL bleed. If this happens, I'd recommend trying a lower tier, or at least a different vehicle. In my last bit of advice for this section, just be smart with your spending. Just one example of this is not buying piñatas. The odds of you getting something at least decent are extremely slim, and in my opinion, they're basically designed to get you to spend your lions and therefore golden eagles and money when you inevitably don't get anything. I'm not going to be the fun police, do what you want if you're in a position to do it, but I'm also not going to sit here and listen to you complain about being broke when you just laughed about buying piñatas and getting nothing 2 days ago. As you play games and earn more and more crew points, level up your crew. In Hangar, mouse over your vehicle and click crew. Higher crew level helps out gameplay significantly. While you're at it, also consider upgrading crew qualifications on vehicles that you play often, but only if your SL stack will allow for it. I don't recommend spending a large chunk of your lions on this, but it's certainly worth it if you plan on playing a lot of that vehicle. It's a sort of passive upgrade that will contribute to more lions just in the future. I will also mention here that I highly recommend understanding how crews actually work prior to making progress in the game, unlike myself. As an ARB player, I would just throw any plane into any random crew slot. I highly recommend not doing this and just using one slot so you don't have to train a bunch of different crews. Now I have to go back and spend the millions of lions and hundreds of hours of time retraining my crew to get them all in the first slot. It's an OCD thing, yeah, but still it could have easily been prevented if I simply knew what I was doing. I want to start this by saying I do think it's worth obtaining at least a few Battle Pass levels to get some basic rewards like boosters, wagers, and if you're lucky, maybe even some SL or a premium vehicle. With that being said, I think there's a couple of different ways to approach it. You could be like me, approaching it casually in the background, or you could be a hardcore grinder. Either way, in my opinion, the most important thing you can do to progress your Battle Pass is daily logins. You'll receive Battle Pass progress on top of your loot crate as a daily reward for logging in. For my approach, make sure you have a special task active in the background for whatever game mode you're playing, and try to keep in mind what your other battle tasks are. Special tasks are purchased in the Warbond shop. I'm willing to spend a few thousand SL to refresh and try to get a task that I can complete without switching up how I normally play, which is going for as many player kills as possible. This allows me to just complete battle tasks in the background of my normal gameplay, albeit slower, and accomplish my goal, which is casual grinding of the battle pass levels. I think the most important point here is to just make sure that at all times you have a special task active relevant to whatever game mode you're in. You might as well, even if you aren't focused on completing it, in case you happen to do so anyways. Also try to keep in mind any season challenges there might be, in case you might be able to complete any of those too. On the contrary, if you're not like me and you want to be a little more hardcore, all you gotta do is focus more on completing those battle tasks and season challenges in your gameplay. I don't recommend this, as it can get pretty boring. If you're going for the end of the battle pass, perhaps a mixture of hardcore and background grinding could be best to avoid burning out. Remember, at the end of the day, consistency is key, and the more you play, the more progress you're going to make. If you've been listening so far, getting your daily rewards, completing battle tasks, looking at the Warbond shop, etc., you'll have some boosters and wagers stacked up to use. My best advice? Use them, preferably efficiently. Boosters and wagers are obviously best paired with premium accounts and vehicles for maximum modifiers. There's really not much to say about boosters other than to use them efficiently. As far as wagers go, something I personally find very easy is using best squad wagers in a 4-man. If you need a squad, join up in the Discord, links in the description. As far as I can tell, some wagers are pretty easy and others are more relatively up in the air to say the least, like victory wagers. I've also heard it's pretty easy to complete Destroy 5 Units wagers in the Mobile Infantry event while that's still out. Shout out to Napuki, go check him out. This is going to be short. At the end of the day, what would a Nimbo Soup video be without a section on premiums? I just want to mention real fast, try to save leftover Golden Eagles from premium purchases as much as possible. I typically use Eagles to get a premium account and try to save the rest. Sales happen sometimes, or it's even possible to get a discount coupon for a vehicle you might want out of a battle trophy. If this happens, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, it would be ideal to already have Golden Eagles on your account. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all the time I got for today's video. Hopefully I was able to remind you of something important, or even teach you something, or maybe you just enjoyed. If you did any of those things, drop a like and a comment down below letting me know what it was you learned or whatever it was you enjoyed. Also, feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications and check out the other content I got up on my channel. I feel like I got plenty of good stuff you guys are going to enjoy and maybe even learn something from. Anyways though, I'm going to sign out. As you all know, this is Nimbo Soup, Nimbo signing out. Peace everyone, I'll catch y'all in the next one.